I'm getting top damage in a Sith raid. We are only doing tier 6. I want to make that very clear. But that's the reason why I'm making this video, is because I took what I had seen for the heroic Sith raid and sort of, it wasn't too hard, right? But I adapted it for tier 6 from a free-to-play style. So I saw the Deathstorm for heroic Sith, and I took it and started trying to use it on my free-to-play stuff. So previously, it didn't work on tier 5 and tier 4 because my Night Sisters were too high level. So they weren't dying fast enough. But once we started doing tier 6, I was able to do really well. I was able to actually get Deathstorm to work. So it's yeah, no, nobody cares. It's not heroic, but I'm not making this for people who are doing Treya already. I'm not making this for people who are in the heroic set. I'm making this for people who are free to play like me, who are my guildmates just like me, who've barely gotten to tier 6 as of a few months this game and figure it out. A lot of my guildmates aren't using Deathstorm yet. So in spite of the fact that there are a lot of other videos out there about it, unfortunately, not many people are using it. Not many people know about it. So I'm making this for my guildmates. I'm making this for everyone who's up in the tiers. And so I'm going to give some comments about that. So like I said, it wasn't working before. It wasn't working before tier 6, and this is because my Night Sisters were too high. So if you're free to play and your guild is on a different tier level than tier 6, and you don't have your Night Sisters yet, think about your Night Sisters and where they're at and where they're going to be, and play with it. Play with Deathstorm as you move up through the tiers, and level up your Night Sisters as you go. The one exception is go right ahead and just level Asajj Ventress to gear level 12 ASAP. If you're going to use Deathstorm, that's a must. It doesn't matter how fast Asajj dies, because Asajj isn't supposed to be dying. The rest of them pretty much are supposed to be dying, except for old Daka and Zombie. But even then, I wish my Zombie right now were not so good. Anyway, we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna start showing you how to do Deathstorm with Night Sisters. So the concept is Asajj Ventress has an ability called Rampage, and so every time an ally dies, she gets an increase to her offense. So the point of Deathstorm is to make things get so many deaths on your Night Sisters, on your allies, that especially with Talzin lead, because when they die, they come back to assist if they're dead every time somebody attacks with a basic. So what happens is you get them to die so much and so often, coming back and assisting, that Asajj's damage just ramps up super high, and then you can just kind of go to town. And by the time I end my Deathstorm, Asajj is hitting for 120,000 on her basic. 120,000 on her basic, on tier 6. And in the heroic Sith raids that I've seen, she's hitting for just about that much as well. It's about the same, or more. And the reason why it's more is because sometimes they can get their Deathstorm started sooner than I can. I usually get my Deathstorm started by around turn 11. You can see here that we're on turn 15. The point is to get Night Sister Initiate and Mother Talzin to die as soon as possible. It's helpful. The Bonds of Weakness are helpful because they will deal damage. So I'm just going to start off hitting Treya. I don't want to hit the lightsabers because I want the lightsabers to be dealing damage to my characters. I want them to kill Zombie, get her taunt off, and start hitting other characters. So right now the taunt of the Zombie is off. So what I want to do is get the lightsabers to hit Daka. So this is pretty fortunate because they have counter, so I can use my basic on Daka to accept zombie goes. So it didn't work this round, but I think I'm going to do it to try to kill zombie, and now Daka can do it. So now I'm going to get to do what I want it to do. I want Daka to die first because zombie has an ability that brings back the Night Sister when they die. So the first 2 times the Night Sister dies, zombie will bring him back. Zombie will die instead. The Night Sister will come back, and Night Sister Zombie comes back because of her other ability, or it's the same ability where she comes back if there's a Night Sister still alive when she dies. Okay, so let's kill zombie. So we're looking pretty good here. So unfortunately, I didn't get my wish. Daka didn't die first, but we might have enough bonds of weakness to where it doesn't matter. So I'm on turn 11. This is the turn where I usually want to have started my Deathstorm. So my hope is that I can get. Oh, that was super unfortunate. So I'm doing this raw, right? So this could be good right here, actually. Get Daga back, higher health, she'll get targeted. So the less health will get targeted. Daga won't get targeted because she has higher health. So I'm not going to get to start it as soon as I wanted, but turn 10 is okay. So for the purpose of this video, turn 10 is fine. We'll just start it here. So what you do is once you get Talzin and Night Sister Initiate dead, you stand alone and you go to town. And this is it. You just kind of simply just basic attack over basic attack, and you can already see Asajj is already up to like 64,000. She's gonna be at like 75. Like she already got 10k more. She's just going crazy. And when I'm done with this, I'll show you the mods. This is gonna be a bit of a longer video, I guess. So I apologize for that. This may not work. Daka might die here. And now I have to think about who hit last. I think it's supposed to be Daka that comes back. Yeah, okay. So that was fortunate. And then we just start over. We do it again. I may run into some trouble here with Night Sister Zombie not going. Okay, her turn meter is high, so she'll go. Okay, this is good. Nice. And I really should have used the heal on Night Sister Zombie. I was just going so fast that I forgot. Didn't realize that the zombie was going. Alright, so Zombie's going to go, and we'll use the heal on her. You want to use the heal on Asajj, but not while Traya is toppled. This is nice. This is good. Okay, this is not good. So I misspoke. Because Traya hasn't gone yet, you don't want to use Asajj's heal. Because if you use Asajj's heal, which also debuffs, and the reason why you want to debuff is you want to get the deflection off. Traya's going to go, and then their lightsabers will get their buffs back, and one of them might be, a foresight again, or I called it deflection. Sorry, but a foresight. So I'm gonna hit Traya instead here. which is okay. It's good. It's another hit for me. Kind of sucks a little bit that she took the turn though. I knew we're gonna do the basic. We're gonna do the heal, get Daka healed up, do the basic again, and then we get to do this. Every once in a while, even if they don't have foresight, a lightsaber will dodge. It's a weird thing. The lightsabers will dodge sometimes. So getting that extra basic in on Asajj, like having Asajj can take 2 turns before Traya will go. But it's not, and that's cutting it close in the case that a lightsaber will dodge. Most of the time, at least one time in the run, a lightsaber will dodge, at least once. So most of the time, I just take the chance. But if you don't want to take the chance, then don't take the 2 turns on Asajj. Just use old Daka's basic to rub off the deflection or something. Like I'll show you right now. You can rub off the foresight. Because there's foresight, they both don't hit. They both don't die. And I don't actually need to take 2 turns here. I don't need to heal Daka. So I'm actually going to take 1 turn, and I can still play it safe, right? 1 turn on Asajj. The second turn, do that as opposed to taking 2 turns. First turn being the heal / debuff, and then the second turn being the AoE. I was able. I know. I took the same risk, right? I used the AoE on the second turn. But that's the point. If you're scared at the lightsabers dodging, do the AoE on the first turn. But every once in a while, at least at the beginning, you're gonna have to heal up old Daka. The nice thing here is, with my Deathstorm, I have the Zeta on Daka. So Daka's actually getting 10% max health every time an ally dies or a Night Sister dies. So you saw that lightsaber hit her, and she took 0 damage. Just because she's getting that 10% max health. And so the reason why that's nice is when it gets to the point that Traya enrages, when Daka gets hit, she can live for a little while, and she can live long enough to keep rezzing the Night Sisters and keep you in play. And that's the reason why this is called Deathstorm. It's because in death, they're doing a bunch of damage in death, and then after topple, after enrage, because of the death mechanics, they can keep doing a bunch more damage. And actually, the last tier 6 raid that we did, I got the most damage I've ever gotten off of this, which was 15 million in one of my runs. Okay, so you see that? Traya enraged only hit Daka. She already had 1/8 of her health missing. She only hit Daka for 1/8 of her health. That's kind of insane. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna debuff. Yeah, I think debuff is the right choice here. They both have deflection. I just want to take a chance. Foresight. I know you guys are nerds. I know you know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I keep saying deflection. It's foresight. I get it. Okay. And so I guess I misspoke at the beginning. I was saying something like Asajj will hit for 120,000. She's already up to actually 210,000. 226,000 right there. And I'll show you the mods that I have on Asajj. The mods are important on Asajj. The basic, if you don't want to watch long enough to see the mods on Asajj, the basic idea is crit damage. And the reason why you do crit damage is because her offense is ramping up. And so if you do offense mods, you're not getting a good bang for your buck. So that sucked right there. That sucked. When that hit that Traya did, you couldn't see it because Asajj died immediately. but that was an isolate. And so I'm not going to get close to 15 million damage here. I'm probably going to get somewhere between like 12 and 13 million damage here, maybe. So I'm going to show you how I know. I know that it was an isolate hit, and the isolate, it debuffed her with isolate and then killed her. And if she doesn't res, maybe there's a percent chance that she might not res somebody. But you can tell by the fact that Asajj isn't going to assist here. So watch. Asajj should assist here if she didn't get isolated, but watch. There's no assist here. So I can't get Asajj back. My Deathstorm is over, so that kind of sucked. At this point, if I really wanted to get the extra like 2 million damage, I could restart and do it over and get the extra 2 million damage, but honestly, I don't really care. I'm gonna be fine. It'll be okay. Yeah. So all the Night Sisters are gonna die here in a sec, and we'll see how much damage I did. So it'll be fun. Right there, 12 million damage. That's the low end of what my prediction was. But check this out. Asajj did 9.6 million damage all by herself. Okay, that's amazing. The other trick to this is getting more damage, and this is what I haven't done yet. I need to mod Talzin better. I've seen Talzin do 5 million damage on other people's videos. So on top of the damage that Asajj is doing, Talzin will do another few million. And my Talzin is hitting for less damage than the other Talzins in the other videos, and I think it's because of her gear. I think my mods on her are okay. Like, they're decent. All my mods are decent mods. I'm free to play. I don't have great mods. But the mod sets are correct in spite of the fact that they're not the best mods out there. The thing is, she's only gear, what is this, gear 9? She's only, gear 10. She's only gear 10. So she would get a lot more damage. The other Talzins are hitting for like 20,000, 25,000 base or something, and they'll like hit twice. So they'll do like 20 to 40,000 damage on a basic on Talzin, because she'll hit twice because of the plague. Like so she'll do the damage with her basic, and then like it'll damage again if they have plague or something. I don't know, something like. Let's look at it actually. Okay, here's the thing. When she hits with her basic, the plague damage hits when she hits with her basic. That's what it is. So she'll just do like tons of damage. So maybe I don't know. Maybe they have her higher gear level, and maybe she has potency too. I don't know. But that's something I need to play with. That's something I can do to eke out more damage on Talzin. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I will go to the. I'll show you the mods now. And just show you the basics of what it is, the mod sets. Sorry, so I got on a tangent. I think I was explaining why you don't want offense mods on Asajj. So this is Asajj right here, general speed, whatever. So her damage is 3,090. Okay, whatever. The reason why, so like let's look at her offense. Where's her offense? Okay, physical offense. Okay, so her offense goes up every time somebody dies. So if you were to put offense mods on her, you would get like as much offense as 1 or 2 more deaths. Okay, that's your damage output, but it would not go up to 200,000 over 10 turns, over 11 turns. Your damage would be significantly less. So that's the reason why you do crit damage mods, is because your return to crit damage is so much better than just 1 to 2 more deaths worth of offense. So her, like if I did offense, she would maybe be at like 3,190 or something, right? If I did offense mods. But crit damage, from the set, I'm getting 30% crit damage, plus 36% crit damage. So I have like 66% increased crit damage on her, right? Let's see if it does. It shows us right. I don't know why it doesn't show us. Or I'm on the basic. What's the advanced? No, that's the basic. So this is the advanced. Oh, crit damage is here. So that's an additional 66%. So base crit damage is 150%. An extra 66% crit damage when her offense gets that high is really what's helping ramp up the damage. Like she would only be hitting for 1.5 times the amount of damage for just a little bit more offense, and the 66% is a way better difference, way higher increase to her damage than just 1 or 2 more deaths of offense, which isn't very much. Just a couple more. I mean, obviously over the whole time of the entire raid, like there's been like 20, 30 deaths or something. So I'm saying that if it's 20 or 30 deaths, like 2 more deaths or 30 or for 22 or 32 deaths total wouldn't make as much a difference as a 66% increase in crit damage. So that's why you do crit damage on her. My mods up here are messed up. And the reason why I did that was because I was increasing her offense. You can see that this potency mod has 145 offense, and this one has 71 offense. So I took these mods specifically to give her a higher base offense for kicks and giggles. And then besides that, that's the really most important mod. I mentioned that I have a Zeta on old Daka for the 10% increased damage, and that helps a little bit with survivability. But as you can see in my run, like survivability when she enrages was non-existent. It didn't matter that I had the Zeta in this run because she killed Asajj first. Zombie didn't have a taunt up, so she didn't soak the isolate. So that's another way I can kind of micromanage this run into something better. Right? I can tweak Zombie's speed, but the thing is, I've tried tweaking Zombie's speed before, and if she's going too fast, she's taunting too much, and then the other characters don't die fast enough. So it's this really weird thing where you just gotta you gotta play with it and figure out how it feels. Like I hate saying that. Like this is so much of a science, but there's so much statistics that they keep track of, and so much to keep in mind that you can't just keep it all in your brain and plan it out. But like, okay, this is how it's gonna go every time, especially because of the RNG that Treya has. So that's why I talk about. You gotta go how by it feels. And that's part of the fun of this game is like as technical as it can be, there's still just a lot of fun and just like exploring with how it is. So yeah, so I just wanted to go through and then so Daka had all health mods. You don't need the Zeta. It can help you go a little further and get a few more million damage if you absolutely need it. But if, you get Asajj all the way up, and then you keep Night Sister, Initiate, and Talzin at whatever gear level you need so that they die off decently fast enough. They die off by turn 11. It's kind of optimal. I don't think you can get them to die off faster unless they're much lower gear modded. But if they're so much lower, then they don't do as much damage, which isn't as big of a deal because they're not really doing that much damage anyway, unless you're trying to tweak Talzin. So just if you're starting this off, if your Night Sisters are zilch and you're at like tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, gear up Asajj all the way, gear up old Daka all the way, and then keep Talzin and Night Sister Initiate kind of down. Keep Zombie at a moderate gear level and tweak that. And if they die really fast and you can get to start your Deathstorm at turn 13, great. Like personally, I would do that. Another couple turns of Asajj just blasting out, tons of damage. Like I think I got up to like what 220 something thousand damage. A couple more turns of that, you'd be up 250, 270 something. That'd be amazing. That'd be another like million damage or two over those next 2 turns. So yeah, just figure it out, tweak it. But that's the basic idea. I wanted to give you the rundown of kind of how some intricacies of the mechanics work, as well as the overall mechanic works, and then leave it to you to explore and figure out the best way to do it with your team and where your Night Sisters are at. I wish my Night Sisters weren't quite as high when I found out about Deathstorm. So potentially, and my hope is that a lot of you guys can do way better with your Deathstorms than I've been able to do so far. I won't be able to do quite so well with Deathstorm until we get to heroic Sith raid. So I wanted to make this video. I wanted to show my guild, and I want to show all the other free to play players kind of how this works, and give them a little bit of rundown, from a free to play standpoint, kind of where this goes. Technically, I must mention, I'll be fully forthright with you. Technically, I'm not 100% free to play. I spent on this game last year. I bought Django, but that costed like $300, and so I haven't bought it since, especially since it hasn't panned out. Like I wanted Django to be like, oh great, I have this like sweet A character, 7-star, nobody else has him, and then I'll get his ship really soon, and it'll be amazing, and like it'll be meta destroying and stuff. Nope. CG just kind of, yeah, like all my hopes and dreams went down the drain. So, but they came out, with a boss chip, and they came out with reworks for Cad Bane and a Cad chip and all that stuff. So I think they're saving him for something special, which is that's exciting too. Anywho, want to leave it at that. I hope you guys found this really helpful. I hope you really enjoy it, and I hope it helps you do great damage and help you progress your guild. Once I started doing this, my guild was able to start doing these tier 6 raids a day or two faster, which is great. The faster we can do them, the sooner we get gear, the more often we get gear over the course of a month or 6 months or a year. So everybody gets more gear, when we do it faster. So awesome. May the force be with you all. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is that you watch this thing. Bye.